when I read history and stuff about these Greek philosophers, I tend to get into this state of like, oh, why am I reading this? It's so boring. It's just boring to me. I've got business stuff I want to do. I've got tons of other things that I would way rather do. But today, I was like, okay, I'm actually going to focus. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to do an hour and a half. I'm just going to read through the Apology by Socrates. And as I was reading, I started to see a lot of correlations, actually, between all these self-help things that I read and look at and watch, and what's actually in here way back in 399 BC. So I just want to read this quote here. I shall never alter my ways, not even if I have to die many times. That is, I feel like, what I read and watch a lot in these self-help things. If you have a belief and you know what you're working towards, and if you have a goal and you structure a way to get there, you're going to reach your goal. And that's what Socrates is talking about here. He's like, I know what I believe. I know what I want. And therefore he can reach it. He knows that he will defend himself. Right here, he's in a debate with someone, Metellus, and he is defending himself. And basically at the end of the debate, he just says this: I shall never alter my ways. He's listened to him. He's taken all the information that he's said and he's weighed it, and he's logically deduced that that isn't what he believes. And that self-help, I think, teaches you a bit about that as well. It's like, be open, be listening, be attentive, but at the end of the day, if they don't persuade you, you can still believe your own thing. Right here, I love this quote. I am wiser than this man. Neither of us probably knows anything worth knowing, but he thinks he knows something when he does not. Whereas I am quite conscious of my ignorance. At any rate, it seems that I am wiser than he to this small extent, that I do not think I know what I do not know. Yeah, we should not be saying that we know stuff about stuff we don't actually know. That's a great quote. That quote is like... Okay, I'm actually just going to go into quotes right now. When you read a quote by a self-help guru or whatever, like, even if he finds it, if he read this quote, I get it. I'm showing this to you, so I'm included in this bunch. But when I show it to you, it's not as impactful as if you go through and you read all of the Apology by Socrates. It's only 50 minutes. It's a quick read. But when you read through it, you actually get to explore it more. The quote means something to you. It's not what it meant to this other person. It's not what it meant to this other person. It's what it means to you. And as I'm reading through these Socrates' writings here, I'm actually learning a lot about myself, and in ways that I don't actually learn from self-help books, because I'm discovering it for myself. I am learning these ideologies for myself. And I'm actually just going to jump in here to show you how I read through Socrates' writings here. So this is the first one I'm reading here, actually. It's the Apology by by Plato, but Socrates is in it. It's the fictional character, right? And as I read through it, I am highlighting. So I didn't want to print this all out, so I would usually do this on a page, but if I thought that this was good, I'd go here and I'd just quickly highlight it. And that's what I've been going through and doing. I've been reading through this, and I've been highlighting and then taking some notes on the sides here. I thought that this is pretty funny. And just reading through it and taking notes, which is actually a super good way to do it. And I've never done it on Google Docs before, but as I was doing it today, as I was doing it this time on Google Docs, it's actually super nice to do it on here because it is freeing to be able to just have a note and delete it and nothing happens. Whereas if I am in my book and I write a note and I don't like it, I'm scribbling, I'm scratching, messes up the book. I like messing up books too, but it's quicker for me on here. And wrapping this all back together, Socrates had very good writings, and it's writings that are underappreciated in today's day and age. So we learn them in school. Well, it's Plato, but it's Socrates. We learn these in school, we read them, we are forced to go through them. But I don't think that we actually fully internalize them. Because for myself, I thought of them as a waste of time. I was going through them as if my business is more important, this is second. Not realizing that my business and these writings can be correlated. So in business, I think that it's not about only doing business. It's not about only looking at this one thing. It's about seeing everything in the world and seeing how it all comes together into this beautiful beautiful creation where you can see how things intertwine and weave, and it's just so beautiful to see the world in the light of exploration, I guess. Everything you read, you're trying to figure out, how could this work for my business? How could I change something for my business? How could this change my writing or whatever? So this concept could be valuable to you because it helps you develop your viewpoint. It helps you realize what you do believe. It is self-exploration. It is putting your innermost beliefs through a meat grinder and seeing what comes out. Or, not a meat grinder, a refiner. Okay, I am trying to keep this video short today, so I'll end it there. I hope that you took something from this. If you did, I hate saying comment, so just do whatever you want. But yeah, have a wonderful day.